Hey guys, Jim Wood here, and in this one we're going to go over the raw masks and using Yanzel's Substance Designer SPSAR plugin. So this isn't a new thing for anyone who's used previous versions of RadGen, but Yanzel's been helping out for a while with providing this, which has been really useful over the years. So it's worth going into. So if you prefer the look that you get from using this SPSAR rather than the look and output of things in RadGen, or you just prefer to use Substance Designer for configuring the actual aesthetics of the radar, and you have access to it, then what you might want to do is inside of RadGen, make sure you have export raw masks enabled when you're saving, and what it's then going to do is it's going to output some files into here. So inside of your content folder, inside of RadGen, this is the SPSAR that gets copied in here when you actually run RadGen for your add-on. But inside of this raw masks folder, it's actually going to output these files. These can now be used inside of the inside of Designer for the SPSAR, and I'll show that now. And yeah, it's as easy as that. So if we go into Substance Designer, I'm going to go new. Not bothered. I'm just going to click enter. What we can now do is drag this SPSAR file straight in. Drag this back out of the way. And here we go. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to drag all of the raw mask files in, which I showed it before. Personally, I would link rather than import, because linking these resources will allow it to automatically update when you update your radar. So if you update your radar, save it again, all of these are going to be automatically updated, as they all keep the same file paths. If you do import them, you're going to end up having to re-import them again once you change your radar. So I would always personally link. And when that finishes, this is everything we've got. So you can actually see the file name up here if it makes it easier. So with RadGen, with our current one, we actually have two levels, which I'll show here. It's because we were doing multi-level radars in one of the previous episodes. So we actually have these higher one images here. For this example, I'm going to ignore those, and I'm just going to do the main level and not worry about doing the higher level. But if we did do multi-level, we would just need to obviously do these separately. Add a second one of these SPSARs in here, copy paste, and then obviously what I would do is I would just use the top one for the higher level in the multi-level radar, the bottom one for the lower, and then I would export those separately and overwrite the files we have, the actual image radar files. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the upper level, just focus on this one for now. So if I look here, I've got my path. Where are we? There we go. It's actually in here. It's going to be called depth. Essentially it goes over to the path here. Double click on there. And if Substance Designer isn't running slow, it should show it properly. Then here, obviously we've got tints. And we also have the RadGen types. And the transparent one there. So I'm going to link up transparent with transparent, types with types. And then let's go with tints to colors. drag those in the right order, like so. We'll click on this, and there we have it. So this is now showing the radar we have, showing that upper level in the multi-level radar we did. That's why it's so red, because it's so high up. We actually exported it as a single level last, which is why that's there. Because we had the disable multi-level option on. I'm not going to worry about that for now. So what we can do here is, if we're obviously clicked on this RadGen node, we can just configure it inside of here. So in the same way you can do inside of RadGen, got certain values that you can change. This is the outline color. We don't have an outline shown very much. It's kind of, let me just zoom in. You can see it now. Change your color, bit of stroke there. That's that. And obviously change your bizone color to whatever you want. Similar kind of stuff to inside of RadGen. You've got certain options like use custom gradient if you want to provide one of those. Custom gradient image, a bunch of settings in here worth exploring. I'm going to leave that disabled for now. There's preset colors, so I can just drag this, watch it update, a bunch of different preset colors. Let's leave it with this for now. It's quite high in contrast. Height auto level, bunch of different settings just for automatically assuming certain things. Height just, this is similar to the max things we have inside of RadGen. So like your max, your middle, your low. We have high, mid, low in here as well. Works in the same way. Lower that down, maybe higher that one up. Mess with this. I've got a few too many things open, which is why it's going to run slow. But yeah, bunch of options for you to mess with to try and get the right colours you want. Bad example of a test map. Using a full layout, you're not going to see such weird different colour changes here. Stripe size works as you expect very nicely for the overlap and also for the rescue zone as well. The tint color opacity, change it there, and the color correction as well. And if we scroll down here, you can actually enable and disable the alpha channel as shown up there. Can add background grid if you prefer. Go without if you're not a fan. A bunch of stuff like custom grid, the amount of AO you would like to have. I prefer something like this, quite a deep AO. Real-time shadows, not going to be the quickest thing in the world, but yeah, quite a nice addition. Post blur and shadow angle as well. So a bunch of options in here for tweaking it how you like. As I said, personal preference on whether or not you prefer using Designer or not. It's another option for you if you're a big fan of it. Then obviously what you do is you would end up, you've got a couple of options here for resolution and radar. Essentially what you want to do at the end of this is make sure you're saving it over, not this, over your actual radar image file. So if I was to go something like, where are we? I'm going to get lost now. Too many things. Not that. RadGen tutorials, panorama, images, overhead maps. And I'm probably going to change it over this TGA here. Overwrite that. And that'll just automatically get updated and be shown in game after you potentially need to just reload the map. That's everything, guys. Thank you.